Hi everyone, welcome back to Rich and Bella Crafts. Rachel here. I hope you're all well. Thanks for joining me today. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make a stacked pocket. Stacked pocket? Stuffed pocket? Stuffed pocket, I think actually the words are. But there we go. I'm not editing the video, so we'll go with a stuffed pocket. We're going to do it using a book page as the backing. It's really simple. Before I get started, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of my subscribers and all of you who've been watching our videos regularly. It's really appreciated, and so are your comments and likes and just the support that you've been giving. It's been tremendous, so thank you all ever so much. As you can see, I've been busy working on my tags and getting ephemera ready for the Blossom Song journal, which I'm almost finished. So you should have a little reveal of that in the next video. But before I carry on with that, I'm going to first make a stuffed pocket to go inside. So let me just move those out of the way a second. Okay, so for this, you're going to need a book page. You may want a little bit of the print showing through, either the top or the bottom. So I've just gone and quickly looked through to make sure that what I've got on my page is okay, and that the words at the top are, you know, appropriate. You will also want then some, you can use coffee paper, you can use coloured papers. For this, I'm going to use some more of the lovely splattered ink coffee dye paper that Mum and I made last week, and also some plain coffee paper. I have also cut out ready some small little ledgers out of our new ephemera ledger kit, and I've also got some old writing paper, because I'm going to use that as my backing, and I will then incorporate a little bit of the kit into it. So if you've got all those bits and pieces and you want to craft along with me, that's great. The only other thing that I do need is my corner rounder. So there we are. I was panicking then because I couldn't see it. Okay, so we're going to be aiming to make this a size that obviously will fit nicely and comfortably on your journal page. So we don't need the whole of the book page. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring that down a little bit. So I'm just going to take that down to about 3/4. And as I say, I'm working with a standard size book page. I've had to give you the sizes, haven't I? Right, so what I've got in front of me is 12.5 centimetres by, almost 12.5 centimetres. I've almost got a square here now. Sorry, I'm going to inch ruler. I don't quite know. Aha, there's one. Right, okay, I'll have to look at this again now. There we are. So 5 by almost 5. Okay, gosh, that ruler is heavy. Okay, so we're going to round off the corners on the top of our pocket to start with, and then that will make it look nice and attractive. Actually, I think I'm going to take that edge off there because that's annoying me a bit. So don't be afraid to trim it in and just keep it all, you know, nice and tidy. And I don't need all that extra white, so let's just narrow it up a little bit. There we go. That might be a bit narrow now, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so now obviously you're going to be mounting this on your journal page. If you're not and you're sending it as happy mail, you may want to back, but I'm not going to back because I'm trying to make this journal with very little bulk to it. So the next thing you're going to want to do then is we're going to take a piece now to add as the actual pocket, and I'm going to do this with my edging ruler just to make it nice and pretty. So let me just have a look at the size of my paper. Obviously I want it to be smaller than that, so I'm going to bring it in about here, I think. Okay, and then again the side, just to make it look right. So take it across the top there then, so you can see now roughly where this is going to sit, and it's going to be fairly high. There we go, and then we will just take the edge off there then probably should have done to start with. Oh, no, we're all right. Yay, excellent. Okay, so before I carry on, because I might forget, otherwise I have to leave it till after, I'm just going to quickly ink around these edges just to pick out that nice torn look that we've got going on. And then that should stand out quite nicely then as the pocket. And then we're going to layer then on top of our pocket. So that's that inked. And I'm just going to ink my book page. These papers I've got here are actually already got quite a nice aged look to them. So yeah, there we go. And you'll all be really pleased, I'm sure, to know that the sun is back again in Wales. I can hear the birds singing outside, the back door is open, my little dog is running in and out. It's nice. It's not terribly warm. Well, I say that I haven't been outside yet, but it's not chilly, so that's good. Okay, so we're going to place this pocket here. So just to give us an idea what we're looking at for size and shape. So yeah, that'll be fine. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece of the, I printed off some vintage writing paper. So I'm going to take a bit of this and I'm going to simply cut, let's do it a bit here. There we go. A little decorative circle. Oh my goodness, I thought that was bigger than that. Why did I think that was bigger than that? I don't know. That'll do though. Okay, so let's just ink around that. And that's actually just given me an idea. So I'm going to take a second one, and I'm only going to do this because I thought my cutter was larger. I underestimated its size, but that's okay, because if you have only got a smallish size one like myself, this is something else that you can do to, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, to extend it. So I'm going to cut it in half. Oh my goodness, I do apologise, my hands are a bit shaky this morning. I haven't had my breakfast yet. And let's take a little bit of glue. Let's turn that, I just want to make sure I got that the right way. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here. I hope this works now. I don't do things on the fly very often. Yeah, that looks good to me. I'm going to just pop that there. Just make sure that all the print is going in the right direction. Yeah, excellent job. And then the same this side. Add a little bit of glue. And then pop that on there. Okay, make sure it's in line with all of the print. There we go. And now I've got a larger circle. You won't be seeing the centre anyway, but I just wanted that around the edge. Now, if you wanted to do it, make it bigger again, I could make another cut, which I think I might do actually. There we go, just solved my own problem there. So let's just think around that one. So we're going to be looking at top and bottom, aren't we? And then we'll make that circle a little bit larger. I'm sorry for the hold up, it wasn't meant to take this long. I thought my cutter was larger, but there we go. Oops, sorry, me banging on there. Okay, let's put the dot of glue on that. And then we'll pop that on there like that. There we are. And then, I know it's not a complete circle shape, but it really doesn't matter because I'm going to be putting a square over the top of it anyway. But it was just really to have that effect of the elements poking out. But there, I think that looks quite good. I like that. Excellent. Now it's a centerpiece, isn't it? Okay, so let's get a piece from the from the kit that I'm working on. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Oh, actually, I tell you what would look really good on here is one of these cards. If I cut that out as a square, I can put that on there, can't I? Right, okay, let's go with that then. Right, change of direction. So I'm just going to cut the white off this image here. These are the Polaroid bird pictures that I'm also using from Brygida's kits. I will put the link in the description box underneath. Because obviously, as you know, if you've been watching the last few videos, I've been working with her Blossom Song kit. And yeah, so let's see if that fits. Oh, look at that, that fits just nicely on there. And then to finish off, I think I'm going to use a little bit of this ribbon, because I have used this elsewhere in the journal. Yes, that'll be lovely. Right, okay, let's start a gluing. So this is essentially your pocket, and then, excuse me, and then we will look at the items that we're going to put inside now. So obviously try and keep it nice and close to the edge there, because we don't want to lose any of the pocket space. Ooh, and I got wobbly hands this morning. My goodness gracious me. Need to go and have some breakfast, I think. I've been waiting for a delivery for the last hour. It's my other half's birthday next month, so I thought, right, I better get on and order his present now, plenty of time, because delivery's not, you know, really reliable at the moment, are they? And I've been sat here an hour waiting for it to come, and I thought I'm going to have to go and get in the shower. So I ran up and had a shower. Thankfully, my son was at home this morning. He's not in college till later. So I dragged him into bed and said, do me a favour, listen to the door. I guarantee the minute I get in the shower, the door will go. So thankfully, he got up and came and sat downstairs, because literally the minute I got in, the bell went. But there we are. At least it's here now, and I can get on with the rest of my day. Because there's nothing more frustrating, is there, than sitting and waiting for parcels to arrive. Now, of course, a slight amendment to this could be that you don't stick all of this down. You could leave the square on the front, only glued on 3 sides, and then you would have another pocket then at the front. But I'm not going to do that, because I want to add some pretty ribbon. Some pretty ribbon. Okay, let's have a little look at this then. So, does it really matter? It doesn't really matter which way I go, does it? But I think I'll take that then all the way across there, and that will just finish off quite nicely on the end. And that then will be our pocket complete. So then we'll just have a very quick look then at using some scrappy bits to make some bits to go inside. I try very hard today not to end up with my fingers covered in glue at the end of the day. It's a highly unlikely thing that I'm going to achieve, but it's worth a go. Ugh, no. Okay, there we go. So there's our pocket. How easy is that? And look how flat it is. There's no lumps, bumps. That's literally just a few little sheets of paper, but we've got ourselves now a nice little tuck spot. And speaking of which, where's my ruler? Just want to make sure now that that has stuck and it hasn't stuck shut. No, that's perfect. Great, so let's just pop that to one side for a moment, and then we'll work on making some little elements to go inside. So again, like I say, I'm trying to incorporate bits of the kit, and I've also used some of my blue hues kit when I did the tags. So I'm just wondering if I've got one here that's already torn. Possibly not. Okay, well, let's use a bit of blue, I think, in the background. And we'll use that. Oh, my fingers don't want to work this morning. So I'm going to just cut a small card out of that to go in the background. And then I'm going to make some little little note cards. So let me just, I think I'll cut these straight. Right. Make a decision, Rachel. What tool are you going to use? See, this is what happens when I don't have my breakfast, love. Very important. First meal of the day. Don't skip it. Otherwise your brain doesn't work. I say nothing works if you don't have breakfast. No, so let's just tear that down there a sec, because this paper is so lovely, and of course you can utilise it for all sorts of things, because like I say, it's great for backing, it's great for doing all kinds of things with it. So I just need to make sure I don't make this too big now. So let me just check, are these going to fit? Right, yeah, that one's okay. It needs to be a little bit narrower than that, I think. So obviously when you're making your items to go in your sack pocket, just keep double checking with the pocket that they will fit, because obviously there's no point doing it if you get to the end and then they're too wide to fit in the pocket. Right, so there's one there. Let's get rid of those a second. And then if I use that as a size guide. actually I might just break that one in half. Okay, so we've got these ones here, we've got that one there, and I'm going to just do one more then to go in as a background, and then we should be ready to go. Okay, so what I'm going to make are some really tiny little pieces to go inside. Very, very easy, very, very simple. Obviously I could have used my cutting machine to do this, but well, that would have been too easy and a bit boring, so I haven't. No, they fit in there fine. And then I just want one more piece then. Make sure that goes in there as well. I think I can make that a bit narrower because I don't want it to not fit. And then maybe put in some very small pieces of coffee paper. Now obviously if you've got a desktop paper cutter, that is obviously the ideal tool to use to do this, but mine is just too big to have on here when I'm trying to do videos for you guys, so I don't bother with it. Right, perfect. Okay, so I've got a long piece, I've got a larger longish piece, and then I got 2 short stubby pieces, and what I'm going to make are 4 pieces to go into the journal. So the first one I'm going to do, I'm going to take the long piece, I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to take, I had some small offcuts this morning from when I was backing my tags, and I'm going to simply out of this make some small pieces to go inside so that we can make a little notebook. So I'm just gonna, it doesn't matter what size they are, the idea of this is that they are scraps, and sometimes it's more effective if they are all different shapes and sizes. So, and again, I don't want too many in there because of course this is all about reducing the bulk, isn't it? So there we go. So we've got 4 little notebook pieces there, and I am simply going to attach them into my little notebook. Now you can do this either by stitching, by stapling, I couldn't think of the word then, or you could even do it, you could even hand sew it. So I'm just going to make these quickly now, and I don't want to make loads and loads of noise, so I think I'll just do it by hand and just put a little bit of thread through the top, and then that will be done. Only because I can't find my stapler. I think one of the children has been off with it somewhere, but it's not a tool I use very often. But it's nothing more annoying, is there, when you go to use something and some little scallywags run off with it. And I also think what we'll do as well is we'll round off the edges on this, because I think it just makes everything look a little bit neater and a little bit tidier. So sorry, let me just re-ink that a second. There we go. And then if I just grab my blue thread, trying to keep everything the same colour, and then we'll pop that in there. There we go. And if I just thread that through the back. I've just been saying to my my number 2, Robert, I do apologise. He objected the other day to me referring to him as number 2. I have to, Granny told him, yes, Rob, Mum's calling you number 2. And he said, oh, charming. I can think of worse things to be called. So I did check with him. I said, are you okay for me to mention your name? Yes. He said, I'd rather that than be called a number 2. So there we go. So he's not going to be number 2 anymore. He's Rob. So Rob is my middle son. And he turned 17 in a month and a half's time. So we've been having the conversation about driving lessons, because here in the UK at 17, that's the age they can learn to drive. And yeah, so my niece, bless her, she is the same age as my oldest son, so she's 19, and she has been learning for a while, obviously, and then of course she would have passed a test ages ago, but everything stopped here because of COVID, and they weren't doing lessons and all sorts of things, and then they weren't able to book tests, and it's just been an absolute nightmare for these poor young kids. So I did say to my son this morning, it's your birthday in 6 weeks time now, you need to really make some decisions about what you can do with driving lessons, because here to get a driving lesson booked at the moment it's about a 5-month waiting list. So bless him, he's got this new job and he's saving hard. So we've talked about the option of him doing a intense driving course just to get it out the way, you know. So I said, right, come on, you need to get that looked at today. Find a company and we'll get it booked then, because they reckon that there's about an 18-month backlog here in Wales. I don't know about the UK in general, but I know in Wales there's about an 18-month backlog on people waiting to learn and to book their tests. So yeah, it's strange. I think we're going to be living with the you know, the after effects of COVID for quite some time, aren't we? Okay, so that's my little notebook done. I don't know if you were watching what I was doing then. I hope I was in camera so you could see. So I've simply just put a little stitch in place of a staple, and I've just tied a little thing on the back. So that now is going to be the little notelet that goes inside there. So I may add a little stamp to that, but I'll come back to that in a sec. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of, and I'm looking around on my desk because I can't see it, notebooks. What have I done with those now? Oh, I've cut them ready. Look, it's me being all organised and they're right in front of me. Okay, so I cut some of these out this morning. I think I was being a bit over ambitious with the size, but that's all right. And my printer ink started to go and I thought, ooh, perfect. Because when my ink starts to go, it goes like this bluey, purpley colour. But that's fine, because that fits in perfectly with the journal. So I'm just going to cut one of these down, and we'll make it a little mini notelet then to go on the front of this little card here. So I just take that edge off there, and then again here, we'll take that down there. And we'll just cut that short there, right, I can see it. She says, I should have my reading glasses on, but I'm being lazy. Okay, so there's that one there. I think that looks quite cute. And then we'll hang on to that one because that'll be useful for something else. And then let's do this one, because that then will be, I'll try and get that bit of purple on there then, because that looks quite cool, doesn't it? Quite cool. Oh, I missed what line that was then. I do apologise. Right, there we go. My eyes are still in morning mode. I don't know if any of you get that. I get up in the morning and it's just, even my glasses on sometimes, it's like, no, it's just not happening this morning. They're still asleep. I can't focus. There we go. So, ink that up. Ink that up. Oh, there we are. And then I'm going to just ink around these. Did I ink that then? I didn't have enough ink on there, look. Right, let me speed that up a second. Okay, inking done. And I'm just simply now going to stick these onto the front of here. This is such a simple thing to do, and really, really effective, but it's just dead easy. And of course you can add embellishments, you can add little aspects of the kit that you're working with, if you're using a kit. If you're not, whatever your theme is, you can decorate up these little elements with it. My mother said to me the other day, elements? What do you mean elements? I don't know where I got the word elements from. I don't know. You'd think I was doing a science experiment, but it just seems to be my word of choice at the minute. So to me, anything that's small and doesn't really have a name for it, it's going to be called an element. So if I do say that by mistake, you know what I'm talking about. Because I do have a habit of just going off at a tangent with these strange words, don't I? I think that a bit more, I think. Ooh, aeroplane outside, my goodness. I don't know if you can hear that. We are actually on a flight path here, and I don't mean a flight path as in we live right by an airport, but you know, it's a normal thing for us to see planes going over a lot. And I think that was one of the strangest things for us over lockdown, was to be sat outside or out walking and to look up and there'd just be no planes. You know, I think that was one of the most eeriest things I think that we experienced over that last 18 months. And I can remember being in the garden one day and actually seeing a plane going over and shouting and saying, "Oh my goodness, there's a plane in the sky." And everybody looking at me as if I was like, "Are you for real? What? There are always planes in the sky." I'm like, "Yeah, but we haven't seen one for ages. There's a plane in the sky. It's a good sign." It's like being on Noah's Ark and, you know, the dove coming back with a olive branch and thinking, yes, there's land there somewhere. Yes, something's starting to happen again. So there we go. So for all my wittering and twittering, we're done. So as I say, you can go on and decorate them. You can add little bits and pieces to them. I'm not going to do anything at the moment because I'd want to check where they're going to go into the journal. But you're simply going to add that little bit of note paper there. And then we're going to pop that one in there like that. That one in there like that. Ooh, trying not my hands to shake. And then that one in there like that. And there you have a stacked pocket. There we go, and all in the houses, hands shaking and all, but we got there in the end. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like. I had a thumbs down on the last one, so whoever that was, drop me a message and let me know why, and I'll try and put that right. But yeah, don't be afraid to leave a thumbs up, guys. It just gives us a bit of encouragement. We know we're on the right track. But I hope you all have a really good day, and I'm off now to have my breakfast. See you all very soon. Bye now.